Okay, so the man, the myth, the legend, man of the moment, under the spotlight here, JP Duminy. Just give us your overview of your experience of the evening of the gala dinner tonight.
I think the first word that comes to mind is blown away. I think when I walked in this evening, just seeing the amount of people here, we touched on almost 300 people here tonight. So it just shows the growth that we've had, the development we've had within the foundation, and essentially the support that we've managed to get. The money raised here tonight was certainly superseded my expectations, but it goes in the idea of celebrating 10 years, which is a decade of real celebration of good work, good hard work, grassroots level that has obviously amplified a little bit to high performance now as well, which is ideally where we want to get to. But it's really about impacting lives and changing lives and inspiring minds, which is really what tonight's about.
You mentioned 10 years. Tell me, pre the first year, what was it like starting the foundation?
Uh, I mentioned tonight that there was a seed that was planted by my dad. When I grew up, he always spoke to me about what am I going to do with my opportunities to give back to others. And it wasn't just about myself. And that seed was watered in 2015, where we got an opportunity to start the JP21 Foundation, actually called JP21 Project back then. But to create that longevity in people's minds, we changed the name, and it was tough to get the buy-in essentially from the stakeholders, which is the schools, the sports coordinators, the principals, to understand that we're in it for the long haul. We're not just here to showcase our name, but really wanting to make an impact. So to get the buy-in from everyone was probably the toughest part. But once we got that ball rolling, they saw the sincerity in what we're trying to do. We got the buy-in, and then obviously we've achieved now what we've achieved.
A lot of what the foundation is involved with is the building the community within the youth. How important was the community or a community for you in your career and growing up as an aspiring cricketer?
It's essentially why I'm here today. I'm so grateful for the people that have been surrounding me and just encouraging me, and more importantly, holding me accountable. We need people like that in our lives that can speak truth, that can speak encouragement, that can speak growth and development in your life. They're not just there for the good times. Yes, they're there to celebrate with you, but when you go through those tough times, as you do in life and in our cricket careers, how they are there to uplift you and encourage you, and to know that it's so much better than just your performance. So it's not just about the performance; it's about building character. And I've said tonight that's what cricket has certainly developed in me, and that's the message that we want to showcase for these young kids as well.
And just bringing it close to our interview, what are some of the successes that you've heard of and seen within the foundation over the years?
Well, the greatest one is probably Mikael Prince. He's made his SAA debut this year, so he's on a full time contract with the Northwest Dragons. And to see from him being with us since 2015 and then progressing through our bursary program, the struggles that he's gone through from a domestic point of view and then also an educational point of view, and to see him shine now. And to see him wanting to give back into the community is essentially that's that legacy that we're all about. So he's been a shining light for us, and we want to see more stories like that.
JP, in closing, obviously I've spoken to you a number of times. I've never told you that about 20 years ago I watched you play cricket at Newlands, and it was just a spot in this game where you hit back-to-back boundaries. You pulled back-to-back boundaries, and I remember sitting in the stands. I was in the railway stand, thinking, listen, this is the type of cricketer I want to become one day.
Sure.
And 20 years ago, you were a hero to me,
Thank you.
and you're a hero to the youth in the communities even today.
Mm.
And I wanted to commend you on that and just say that what you're doing is very impactful, very valuable to even guys like myself. I've got kids of my own now, but I mean, there's kids out there that really look up to you,
Thank
and the
you.
work that you're doing is very, very commendable.
Thank you, sir.
In closing, your last words just to the aspiring cricketers, especially coming from the communities yourself.
We often use this term, your reality doesn't have to be your future, and we understand the difficulties that not only this community but many communities face: substance abuse, drug abuse, gangsterism, and these are all showcased as quick fixes. But we want to change the perspective and the idea of what role models are. I've been afforded the great opportunity to play the game of cricket and be seen as a role model. So what am I going to do with it? And essentially, this is what it is. And I want to inspire all of the young people to know that it's going to take hard work, it's going to take sacrifice, It's going to take teamwork to create a legacy, to build something of substance and value. And it starts with a dream. It starts with a dream, and then it continues to grow as you surround yourself with the right people.
Perfect. That's JP Duminy himself from the JP21 Foundation. Thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure.